Welcome to this DaVinci Resolve Fusion node breakdown. Today's node is the uImage plane node. So we're going to jump into Fusion and let's go ahead and set up our scene so we can bring in the uImage plane. So we're going to need a uRenderer and we're going to leave it on camera light. We're not going to do any additional lighting. And let's bring in a uMerge. Bring that into our render. And let's grab a uImage plane node. Now the uImage plane node is used to import 2D images into your 3D environment. And there's two ways to bring them in. We can connect them directly, or we can go to our browse button, hit browse, and we can say, grab a 2D image, and now we've got it in our little render view. And if we look at our merge, you can see we've got our little 2D image in the 3D environment. So if we go to a render node, on our image plane, we can translate it. So we can bring it up in the Z. We can translate it on the X, in the Y, as well as rotate it on the X, the Y, and the Z. And we can change the pivot location and our scaling as well. And if we need to unlock on our X, Y, and Z, we can independently change our scaling on the X, the Y, and the Z. And additionally, we can change our size, our overall size right here in the controls. And we can export it to a separate stage if we need to. And that is it for the image plane node. Now, if we need to bring a image this way, let's go ahead and refresh our node. So we can grab some footage or an image and bring it into our image plane. Let's go ahead and transform that up a little closer to our camera. And I'm going to hit play, but if you notice, it is not actually playing our footage. So our footage should be playing. So the uImage plane only imports 2D images. So you can't bring in animated footage or any type of footage and actually play your footage back. And how it operates is going to use whatever frame that you input it on. So if I go to our footage and go to frame 1, disconnect, and let's look at our render node and reconnect our footage, you can see it's on frame 1. But if I go to our footage and go to any other frame, it's not playing. I have to disconnect it, reconnect it, and now it's on that frame. And again, if I play, it's not playing. So that's how the uImage plane operates. It's a static 2D image. It will not play animation. So why would you use this? There's many reasons to use this in the USD world, but just know this is going to cause issues with the animation if you're, say, sharing or you're collabing on different stuff. So I'm going to build something, just an example, so you can see what I'm talking about. So let's go ahead and disconnect our little image plane there. And let's bring in, say, a U shape. And let's edit our little shape here. And let's transform it. And let's say I'm making these, I don't know, little electric conductors. That's what we're making. I'm going to copy and paste our shape, put it in here, and just change my transform. There, so I've got my two shapes, and let's move them over. Let's say 1.5. And let's move this one over -1.5. So say I'm building the scene, and actually let's move that over a little more. -2.5. And this one we'll say 2.5. And I know after I build my little scene here, I need to pass it on to somebody else so they can maybe do particle stuff, or down the line I'm going to add particles, but I don't want to do all this stuff while I'm building my little set here, making this electric diode thing that I'm making, which I would actually probably make in Blender or Houdini, but I'm making it in Fusion here. So I kind of want an example or a look dev example so I can continue on with this. So a common thing to do is to bring in cards or image planes as examples. So let's go ahead and find one. So I've got my little energy example here. Now remember, this is not going to play our animation. So let's go ahead and key this out correctly so we can use it. I'm going to add a delta keyer. Get this in here, and on my delta keyer, just select it black. And let's go ahead and add some color to it. Do a nice little gradient. Let's select a purple. And then let's do orange. So now we've got our nice little animation colored and kind of the look we want for our energy on our set here. So if I was to input this to our image plane into our render, you can see our little image plane is there, but we can't see it because we're on frame 1 of our media, which is nothing. So what we want to do is I'm going to disconnect this, because there is a little glitch. If you don't disconnect and reconnect, it may show the same footage, whether it's different media or not. It's going to show that same footage you had unless you disconnect it and reconnect it again to let it repopulate itself. So I'm going to go here, find the frame I want, and I could use that. So if I go to our render node, I've got our little energy, and we can put this where it belongs. And let's transform it and resize it so it's where we want it. So there's my little energy example I want. So if I pass this on, I could say, hey, Bill, create particle energy between my little diodes here that look kind of like this. But the problem is once you pass this along, if somebody reopens it, it's actually going to repopulate all this stuff. So when they actually get it, it's going to look like this. They're going to say, hey, there's no example. And that's because we're on frame 1 and our media is on frame 1, which has actually no media. So what you really want to do is anytime you pass something on is set your media at the frame that you want it to be at for your example. So in our media, we can go to say our trim and find the frame we want, and then we'll just go to hold first frame, and we know we've got 96 frames. So I'm just going to hold it for 96 frames. So now we got one static image going all the way across. So if I go to our render node and I reconnect our image, it's going to be there no matter what, no matter who reconnects it, it's there. And again, you want to make sure all this stuff is clear. So you would normally group these and probably rename it to example electric. So when you pass it on, they know this is just an example, and you can put notes in, delete. So everybody knows to get rid of that. So that is the uImage plane node. I will see you in the next node breakdown.